So an Avatar fighting game is coming next year. Looks pretty good. It's that 2D animated style like fighters and, well, tons of other 2D fighters. But it will launch with just 12 characters in 2026. This damn problem, this goes back to 8th gen. Most fighting games keep doing this, and I've hated it ever since. This one is definitely going to be a rant, because look at fighting games back in 7th gen alone. Look at Tekken Tag 2. A total of 59 characters back in 7th gen without any damn DLC. And speaking of, I know why a bunch of fighters keep launching with low-ass total characters just to sell the other freaking half. But it's still complete nonsense when it happens. Anyway, look further back to 6th gen. Look at Mortal Kombat Armageddon. 62 characters. That's how it used to be with these fighting games. Rosters used to get bigger in every new installment, and they did this with just full prices of 50. And when 7th gen came around, 60. Another example, Marvel vs. Capcom 2. 56 characters. And Capcom were working with sprites. Something way tougher for developers to work with compared to 3D models. Yet so many fighters since 8th gen launched with 20 or 25 characters when the norm should be 30 or 35 by now. Mainly to paywall the other half of the roster. Tekken's guilty. What else? Killer Instinct's guilty. Soul Calibur. Street Fighter. Most of the main fighters are guilty. Now King of Fighters, the newest one, that launched with 39 characters, so that one has a roster over 30 as the norm, with DLC increasing the roster to 61. But that's it unless you count Smash Brothers. But Avatar launching with just 12 characters in 2026 is even worse. There is no excuse, especially when the game is using both Aang's era and Korra's era, so you damn well could have had 15 characters from both eras, or you could have at least launched with 25 characters with 10 characters from both eras, and the other 5 being past avatars. Screw that puny ass starting roster, especially if they have the balls to charge 70 for this thing. Even 60, 50, or 40 would be too damn much for a puny roster of 12 characters. That shit hasn't been common since the freaking 90s. In fact, here's one example, Street Fighter 2, 8 characters in 1991. And when that Turbo Edition came out in 1994, the roster was 17. A starting roster of 12 in the modern era is so damn lazy. And before anyone says a bigger roster means more players to worry about, y'all people that play fighting games online do the freaking infinite combos and shit, y'all would deal with it. Y'all would handle that just fine and seem to do exactly that in Smash Brothers. And before anyone mentions devs having to balance more characters, they're just lazy and don't want to balance more. Yet games with bigger rosters handle balancing just fine. And I don't want to start on today's Mortal Kombat. They would have bigger rosters if they stopped designing those multiple styles. The work that could have went to more characters goes to those other styles. And this mess really makes me all for AI being used in game development when the technology gets to that point. Because it speeds all this bullshit up. And games wouldn't take 10 plus years to make anymore. Looking at you, GTA 6.